Okay, now, here we go. Right now, we're going to start up. Here's what I normally do: go to start, go to your computer. Now, one of the best things to have for your computer is an external hard drive, especially when you're dealing with music and things of that nature. So we'll just go to Spaz's shit, double click on that. Now, this is all of my backup files and everything like that that I always have. Now, what I do is down here, you can tell for projects, these are all the songs that I'm making or messing with and things of that nature. So what I'm going to do is, let's say we'll go to Gospel Q. Now these are all the files that are going into what I'm doing with the Acid Pro 6.0. I usually save them as WAV files and then put them together as one, but we'll get into that later. So one of the best things you can do, this is how I normally start up my library. I have my projects folder, then I'll have loops folder. I create a loop folder because this is all the loops I had. Now normally you can do this basically when you first start out beginning with Acid Pro, but when I first started out I had like 7 gigs of music, so there's no really reason into having to go through all that just to set it up. So we'll go down here like this. Now to start it, go to Explorer. You can go to the top, go to View, come down to your Explorer right there. See how the mixer is lined? It has the mixer down here. Go to Explorer, and like I said, I have a dual screen, so I got to drag it over. But here's this. Hold on. I like my mixer being on this side. All right, but this is your Explorer. See how it has Spazzer shit? When you start at the top, it'll say desktop. Hold on. Like I said, I got a lot of loops. Let's see. Go all the way to the top. See, this is where your Explorer comes up. Desktop, my computer, everything like that. What I do, like I said, I click on Spazzer shit, go to loops, and this is where you can draw all your loops from, because you have them all saved in a folder and on an external hard drive, so if you lose any of them, you won't have to worry about it. Now we'll create a simple little beat right here real quick. Let's see. What I do is I normally save all my percussion. Here's how I make my drum beats. Go to bass drums. We'll just make a simple little beat real quick. Got a bass kick. When you click on it, it'll give you a little preview. Now if you double click on it, it'll pop it up on there. Just go ahead and line it out. You can go ahead and hit play. Then you can go to snare. Let's do this snare. Line it out. Go down your hi-hats. Now, if you want to make your own hi-hat, let's say I like that sound. I'm going to double click on this. What I'm going to do is, you see these plus and minus on the sides, or if you have the wheel on your mouse, just go ahead and spin that up. I see how it gets longer. That's what these right here do. And we'll go, let's see, stop that real quick. I think that's where those are supposed to go. I'll just go ahead and paint them right on in there, just like so. So when you start it up, this right here plays from the start, this plays from the line. Now that we got that, what you want to do is, let's see, we'll take the eraser tool, erase these right here, and just have those 4 in there. We'll go up here at the top and we'll change our loop. Now what this exclamation point does is it solos the instrument. So now when you play it, so we'll go up to File, Render As. We'll name it Tutorial well, I'll just do tutorial HH for hi-hat. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it as a WAV file, the loop region only. Then my computer, spaz this shit, loops. Let's go down to where I had percussion, and we'll go to hi-hat. And this is how I save all of them right here. So, tutorial hi-hat, WAV file, save. And as it saved, now we can just go ahead and just get rid of that. Just hit delete. Boop. Alright, now you can come down here. Since we're still in hi-hats, hit refresh. And once you refresh it, it'll refresh everything. Which, since I'm running this program to capture the screenshots for y'all so y'all can see what I'm doing, it's making my computer run a little slow. But we'll go ahead and see, come down here, tutorial hi-hat. That's what we just made. Double click on it. Go ahead and paint it right on in. And now, since we did that, double click on the loop and it'll go the full extension of the song. Now what I'm doing, like I said, that wheel, you can make it longer or shorter, longer or shorter. So if you wanted to, like say I'm making it longer or shorter, I'm gonna click on here in the middle of this. I'll stretch it all out. Let's say I wanted to give it some change. Now this is what, roughly 4 measures or something like that, or 8 measures, excuse me. Now I'm gonna come to the end right here and stretch it out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on, make that line right in front of it and hit S. S is gonna split it. Now see how it's split by itself? Now go ahead and hit U. When you hit U, it reverses it. And go ahead and click this right here and split it. And we'll drag this, make this smaller. Now, click on this one, hit Control C. I love shortcuts because the shortcut keys will save you because it doesn't take as long. Now click on here and now hit Control V. There, you can do it again and again. Then we'll make it smaller. Now when we play this from the beginning, this is what we'll have. So it doesn't sound too repetitive or anything. You can switch things up in the middle, you know, or wherever you want to. And this is going to be your basic drums. We'll listen for the change. See how you got that? Go ahead and make it smaller. Now, we do that again. Let's just take out this end bass one right here, so when it does it, it'll just be a snare. Now you're gonna have your basic. Now, what I always do, since we have this right here, go ahead and go to File, Render As. Let's go ahead and hit the up. Let's see. This will be a whole drum loop. See, I have a little spaz folder. What I'm gonna do is we'll do the tutorial drums. It's WAV file, loop region only. We'll save it in there. Boop. Now, this whole thing, you can delete all of these if you want. Delete that one, and that one, and that one. And you're back to basics. Now, if you look down here at the bottom right, that's your memory usage. 12 out of 447, megabytes of RAM. So what I do to try to, eliminate that, hit the refresh, is that's why I make all my drums and do all my drums like this, because, nobody wants to sit there and do that forever. Have their computer crashing on them and everything. So now that we made those drum loops, we'll go to here, go to spaz, and here's the one we just made. You can double click on that, and now all those drums are together. So when you play it, now I hope this kind of sheds some light on it. Now, another thing, if you want to do, like, remember how I showed you in the beginning for your project tracks, if you want to go ahead and name this song, like say if I was to name this tutorial, and I save it in my projects, all these drums that I do, like say when I do the drums, when I do a bass, when I do a synth, piano, any accents, atmosphere, or pads, I can save them. That way you're not eating up all your RAM, and you can line them out later, because that's one thing that's beautiful about Acid Pro is you can always make all the loops, make them yourself, and then line them out. So then you'll have your full song, and not only that, you can do whatever you'd like to with it. I hope this kind of cleared some stuff up. P.S. Don't forget to save.